and welcome back to your next halfway through the week checkpoint. It's Wednesday morning. So, we're going 2 days in a row. I have thought of another question for everybody to answer. Um, it simply is this: when do you feel like your life started? Now, that sounds like an interesting question. I know. Everybody's life started, when they were born and yada yada yada. You're that many years old. That's not what I'm asking. I'm asking, when do you feel like you found purpose in your life and knew what you were doing? Like what you wanted to do with your life. What age were you when that happened? I saw a video a while ago. I'm gonna forget her name, but there is this. At least it was a post. I guess it wasn't really a video if my mind remembers correctly now, but it was the one chick from Saturday Night Live, and I don't know if she was one who came up with it or said it originally. But anyway, it was a post about all of these famous people that you know nowadays. The three that I remember are like Harrison Ford, Oprah, and J.K. Rowling for Harry Potter. If you look at all of their stories, they didn't start what they were famous for until they were already into their 30s or 40s. I'm pretty sure they said that somebody fired Oprah or didn't hire her for a job, and when she was in her 20s, I think, and everybody's like, well, that was a big mistake. Why would you fire Oprah? I bet they're regretting it now. And then the point is that, like, no, she wasn't Oprah at that point. She wasn't ready for her fame. She didn't do what she was doing. Same with Harrison Ford. He was, I believe it was either like a carpenter or a woodworker, until he was in his like mid 30s, low 40s, and then he became an actor. And you saw him in Star Wars for the first time, and now he's one of the biggest names in Hollywood, and he's still in some movies. And J.K. Rowling was the other one. Harry Potter, come on, one of the biggest, if not the biggest, pop culture creators of our generation. She didn't even start writing her first book until she was in her 30s or something like that. And she actually had, what was it? I think she had people tell her that she wasn't ever going to be like a good author or something like that. And now you look at it now, and they're these famous people that are known all over the world for what they do. And it just goes to show you that you can be a very, very late bloomer and still impact the world in a very significant way. So that's something that like meant a lot to me because I didn't get to what I was doing for a while. To answer my own question, I would say it wasn't until, well, funny enough, it wasn't until I met my future fiance 3.5 years ago, almost 4 years ago now, until I started to actually like think about what I wanted to do with my life. So that was what I was 23, 24 when I met her, I believe. Yeah, because August of 2020. So yeah, I would have been 24. So I was 24 years old before I actually started to think about what I wanted to do. And then it wasn't until I was 25 until I'm just trying to get the dates right. Until I actually started to do the actions to, start changing what I wanted to do with my life. So that's my question for today: is how old were you when you started feeling like you were doing what you were meant to do with your life? When did you start finding your purpose and your meaning? But we're gonna switch over now into our reading. We're still in chapter 30. I think we only have two more today and tomorrow in chapter 30. And today is the anointing oil. After yesterday was the basin for washing. And we have about 11 verses. And yeah, we have a short one tomorrow to finish off chapter 30. So let's see what the anointing oil is for. Then the Lord said to Moses, take the following fine spices: 500 shekels of liquid myrrh, half as much, that is 250 shekels, of fragrant cinnamon, 250 shekels of fragrant calamus, 500 shekels of cassia, if I'm mispronouncing that, I'm sorry, all according to the sanctuary shekel, and a hin of olive oil. Make these into a sacred anointing oil, a fragrant blend, the work of a perfumer. It will be the sacred anointing oil. Then use it to anoint the tent of meeting, the ark of the covenant law. the table and all its articles, the lampstand and its accessories, the altar of incense, the altar of burnt offering and all its utensils, and the basin with its stand. You shall consecrate them, so they will be most holy, and whatever touches them will be holy. Anoint Aaron and his sons, and consecrate them, so they may serve me as priests. Say to the Israelites, this is to be my sacred anointing oil for the generations to come. Do not pour it on anyone else's body, and do not make any other oil using the same formula. It is sacred, and you are to consider it sacred. Whoever makes perfume like it, and puts it on anyone other than a priest, must be cut off from their people. So, that's the anointing oil. We have different amounts of shekels of different smells. Liquid myrrh, cinnamon, calamus, cassia or cassia. I believe it's cassia. Then a hint of olive oil. So there is the anointing oil for everything inside the tabernacle. Just to close off what I was talking about before, if you still don't know what you want to do with your life, then use that story that I said for some comfort, because you could be well into your 40s or even older before you find what you want to do, and that's totally fine. Take your time, find what you want to do, find how you can better the world, and I would argue find a way that you could help spread the Bible to other people, and that's what we're supposed to do with our lives. All right, so that's it for me today. I'll be in class probably by the time you're watching this, so have a good morning and a good rest of your Wednesday, and I'll see you again tomorrow for our next video.